I had to play a little bit longer. Because it's a feel-good mood.
Yes.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Welcome to the show. As you all know, live from the DMV, man. It's me, Doc Ronnie back. Yeah, baby. Y'all know what it is. So I think, you know what? I want to do that. Crystal, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It is a wonderful day.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Well, speaking of Mr. Rogers, Mr. Robert.
What's up?
Look, man, go ahead and tell people how you feel. And I got you zoomed in so you could tell people exactly what you want to tell them. Anyway,
You're gonna be mad on this show.
as y'all know, I got to do my little quick shout outs, man. ARC Outlets, if you have a small business, make sure you go to arcoutlets.com. You can promote your business there. Also, big shout out to Rock Bottom Music Group out at Chesapeake, Virginia. Does all of our beats and sounds. And make sure you hit them up. Tell Keith that we sent you. Hit up official Adrian Amos for all your clothing attire, your athletic clothing attire. I got a couple of shirts. I think Rob, he ordered a couple of shirts. Man, I'm telling you, they're very nice products. So make sure you do that. Also, man, just real quick, while we talked about in our sponsors, Beltway Designs. Beltway Designs is actually in Maryland, in Accokeek, Maryland, right now, doing a pop-up shop. You can hit them up in the Preserve. What is it called? Preserve Piscataway.
Yeah, the Preserve Piscataway.
Yeah, right there
clubhouse.
At the clubhouse. They're there for another hour, another 45, 50 minutes. Make sure you go over there. They're giving out free stuff. Also, Nails and Faces of Joy doing some stuff too. So make sure y'all go out there, check them out.
Free stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all can look forward. Y'all can look forward to that for the next 4 years. Free shit.
Oh God. Here he go already.
Oh Lord.
Come on, man.
So speaking of free, give it up to President-elect Joe Biden.
Woohoo!
So as y'all know that President-elect Joseph R. Biden Jr. has been he actually won the vote and everything like that. So he will be the 46th president of the United States. Whether or not the 45th decides that he wants to concede or not, but on that joyous occasion,
He will.
pop the champagne out here on y'all. Yeah, we're gonna pop it. Oh shit!
I told you.
Oh, anyway.
Oh my God.
I thought you said it wasn't, bro.
I
Anyway,
said be careful.
all over the place. Anyway,
You got a towel anywhere?
nah, it's all good. So look,
We're gonna need a paper towel.
boy, that's gonna be a blooper reel for real. Smell like straight up alcohol. Anyway, popping champagne bottles up in this.
I should have popped it.
Man, I'm gonna sit here. It got loose from me. That's what it is. It got loose. God dang it. Look at my computer.
That's what I said. You got paper towels in there?
Damn. Anyway, look, Crystal, I gotta clean up. Crystal, don't go ahead and hit him.
With the round the horn.
I'm done for a minute.
All right. First topic, the rebound of the pandemic is driving some cities and states to bring back restrictions on daily life, but with a lighter touch, minimizing the economic damage caused by sweeping lockdowns. The new targeted actions range from prohibiting indoor service at bars and restaurants in Illinois to fining the hosts of disorderly, overcrowded indoor parties in Hoboken, New Jersey, and new statewide mandates in Massachusetts and Maine requiring people to wear face coverings in public, regardless of the physical distance from others. Nearly every state in the U.S. is experiencing a resurgence of the virus, as the nation this week logged its first day with more than 100,000 new cases. The 7-day average for new COVID-19 cases exceeded the 14-day average in 47 states Thursday, an indication of acceleration according to data from Johns Hopkins. An increase in hospitalizations and deaths has also followed the rising numbers, and hospitals in the South and Midwest are showing signs of strain.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. Well, here's the thing. I mean, when I was listening to Dr. Fauci and Dr. Burke up on the stage several months ago, and they used to do those stupid daily COVID briefings, which I don't think that from one day to the next information changed enough for them to give constant updates every single day. It was, I mean, if you sit there and you listen to it, it was almost like 3 days out of the week sounded exactly the same to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah. You know, I think Dr. Fauci and Dr. Burke both told us that there was going to be a second wave.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, and I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a medical expert, but I think that what we are right now is we're experiencing that second wave.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they did warn us that in the wintertime we would have this second wave, and it would more than likely be worse than the first wave, and we're seeing that. And some people, you know, chose to believe that, and others didn't. But I think we're starting to see that come into fruition,
and it sucks. I mean, just when you think you're getting back up on your feet and you're getting used to, you know, some sort of sense of normalcy, you know, you wind up getting smacked back in the face with something like this. I just, you know, I have a feeling that with Biden being in office now and, you know, Kamala being in office now, that we might wind up going back underneath of some sort of lockdown again. That kind of makes me nervous. But at this point in time, I think I'm willing to do anything that needs to be done in order to get a handle on this virus.
Yeah, so. I think I don't know if they're going to put us under a lockdown because of the economic damages done. But I think other countries have handled it without locking down. And hopefully Biden and Kamala Harris President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will
elect.
Yeah. Well, in January, the president and the vice president, hopefully they will, you know, have a plan in place, a solid plan to get it under control.
Well, we'll find out one way or the other. We're going to find out. So.
Yep. So for the next topic, there are reports that Vladimir Putin is planning to step down next year as speculation swirls in Russia that the longtime president may have Parkinson's disease, a report said Thursday. Moscow political scientist Valery Solovey told The Sun that the Russian strongman's 37-year-old girlfriend, Alina Kabave, and his 2 daughters are pushing him to leave office. There is a family, it has great influence on him. He intends to make public his handover plans in January, Solovey told the news outlet.
It's how ironic. I'm back, y'all. Yeah, I'm back. I had to clean up all this stuff. How ironic. He's planning to make his plans public in January.
But
when 45 is leaving in January. Ooh. Come on with it.
I don't think.
Come on with it.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I'm on to something, Rob.
Well,
let me explain something.
The Kremlin said Friday he's not stepping down. That it was just a British tabloid speculation.
Yeah, I mean, you can barely believe anything that comes out in the tabloid. But this is my idea. I think that honestly, that once people like that, like Vladimir Putin, once they get in control, you'd have to kill them to get them out of that office.
Yeah,
you know, like he's not going anywhere, regardless of what information that you come up with, regardless of the information that you hear, this, that, and the other. Vladimir Putin's not going any damn where. He's fought way too hard to get to where he is. He's killed way too many people. You know what I mean? He's got Eric Snowden sitting over there in Moscow right now. Like there is way too many things that he's done. He knows where all the bodies are buried. And when he gets into the Kremlin like he is right now, he's dug in there, like they say down south, like an Alabama tick. Don't listen to what you hear. He ain't going nowhere.
How you know?
Trust me. Parkinson's disease, his family pressuring him.
Yeah, how you know though?
Ain't no strong man gonna roll. Vladimir Putin's a strong man.
How you know, man?
Well, me and Putin, we had a conversation.
That's what I was waiting for you
See,
to admit.
I knew you was listening in. I knew the phone call was recorded. Yeah. That's the reason why I had to admit it right here.
What you got for the next topic, Crystal?
Okay, on Thursday, a Minneapolis judge rejected a defense request for a change of venue in the trial of the 4 former police officers charged in George Floyd's death. Hennepin County Judge Peter Khalil also ruled that the ex-cops will be tried at the same time in the county on March 8th for charges stemming from the death of George Floyd that was caught on video and became part of a rally cry for police brutality around the country.
Man, put them under the jail.
Did you say all 4?
Yeah, all 4 will be tried at the same time.
At the same time.
That's a setup.
So think about it like this. If they were given individual, there's a reason why all 4 of them are being tried together as opposed to separately. And the reason why is because if they were tried separately, then they could testify against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but if they're tried together, then their sentences are the sentences handed out to all of them together.
Yeah.
Basically.
Do you think that all of them should be equally charged with the same crime?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that Derek Chauvin should get a stiffer sentence than the dude that was holding his legs down.
Yeah.
As a police officer, you're supposed to be protecting people. And watching this man kneel on his neck for 8 minutes and 21 seconds, that's murder.
Yeah.
And you're complicit. It's just like robbing a bank. You walk into a bank and you rob a bank and you walk out the door, nobody's hurt, there's no shots fired or nothing, but the teller behind the thing has a heart attack and dies.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're getting charged with felony murder.
Yep, going to jail.
And so is the getaway driver.
Yep.
So if it applies to our asses, it applies to you too.
Yep.
So enjoy Bubba in the fucking enjoy Bubba with that Big Mac sauce that he's got for you.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. The last topic, thanks to voters, Oregon will be the first state in the country to decriminalize the personal possession of all drugs, including heroin and cocaine. Oregonians passed ballot Measure 110, also known as the Drug Decriminalization and Addiction Treatment Initiative, with 59% of the vote. It's the most far-reaching of numerous successful drug-related measures on ballots nationwide, including the legalization of recreational marijuana in New Jersey, Arizona, Montana, and South Dakota. Every one of these victories constitutes a long overdue challenge to racist carceral logic of drug criminalization.
How is it racist?
Because you don't think it's racist?
No.
It's systematic racism
No,
involved with drugs.
In Oregon?
In
Oregon.
Not in Oregon, but in all countries around the United States. There is systematic racism in arresting minorities for drug possession and drug use. I mean, that's the same thing that happened with the crime bill.
Ooh.
No. I'm just saying because if you're talking about Oregon, I'm like, ain't no black people in Oregon. I mean, it's very few.
Well, I'm not.
So
I'm not speaking of just Oregon, but
heroin is predominantly used by who? Caucasians.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's not racist. I mean,
but I mean, I think this helps the fact that people can get treatment versus being locked up and having a criminal record.
How the hell does legalizing crack getting treatment.
So they're going to use the tax proceeds, I guess, for more addiction treatment centers.
Who's taxing anything if you legalized everything? Where's the tax money coming from?
It's
Well,
coming
no,
from the
well, I mean,
state.
but it's just like legalizing marijuana. They're saying you tax
No,
it
but
high.
see, they have dispensaries selling marijuana.
Right, so
Yeah,
that's
they
why they
pay
legalize it,
taxes.
so they
So they're going to sell
it.
heroin to you too?
Now,
I
see,
mean,
that's why I'm like, hold on,
because then that's where you're going to get your tax money from. But if there's no dispensary selling you fucking crystal meth,
I don't
you
know about
like,
that.
then where the hell are you getting your tax money from?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
I'll tell you what you're doing. You're increasing the tax burden on the citizens.
How is
As
that?
if walking down the street, and I rode my motorcycle through Portland. So as if walking down the street and watching somebody get their heroin lean on while they're sitting on the park bench.
Lean.
Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But as if that wasn't bad enough, you wonder where the tax money is going to come from to treat these people, in the methadone clinics and stuff like that.
Same tax money that pays for them to be locked away in jail.
Jail.
And offer them 3 square meals a day. And most of them public prisons that are making a profit.
Well, what does that have to do with legalizing drugs?
Huh?
Instead of incarcerating them, you get them treatment. So that they can
Rehabilitative services.
Yeah, they can be rehabilitated.
Well, what if I
instead of-
don't want your
Instead of
rehabilitation
being a
services?
criminal.
And what if I don't want to? Maybe I want to be a criminal. Maybe I want to drink. Maybe I want to shoot up. Maybe I want to
that's
smoke crack.
But maybe a lot of addicts don't. They
And
don't
you got
want to
ev-
be addicts. They want to get help. But
Well,
they can't.
you've got every crackhead in America driving towards Oregon, right? It's the Oregon Trail
No,
all
no, no,
over
no,
again.
they ain't gotta go that far.
They got horse-covered wagons on their way across the Rocky Mountains right
you
now.
Go up to New Jersey too. New Jersey just decriminalized.
Oh no, they didn't, did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
shit.
decriminalized.
No, that was marijuana. Yeah, it was marijuana.
That's
Okay.
marijuana.
Shit.
DC is it's legal. So
I mean, I'm not against drugs.
You know, somebody. You know,
I'm
funny
not
thing-
against it.
Funny thing is, speaking of
not
marijuana, somebody said that watching these election results come in is like eating an edible.
I don't know nothing about that.
You sitting there waiting for the high to kick in.
Y'all
Anyway.
drinking champagne, not me.
Oh, speaking
Cheers.
speaking of champagne,
He done put a hole in the ceiling and
Cheers.
spilled.
that jank.
Yeah, look at y'all. Look
Boy,
at,
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, look. So speaking of drink, so
oh.
got a interesting rum here. From it's called Harlem Dashery, bespoke rum. 80 proof, 40% ABV. So Nehemiah, who came on the show a couple weeks ago, talked about Adrian Amos's apparel. I guess one of his good friends is a rum distiller. I guess I don't know if that's what you want to call it. But he makes rum, vodka, and gin. And so we bought some, and so I tasted it, and I have some in the glass, and it's an interesting taste. I'll say the least. It's a very interesting taste. I'm more of a dark rum person, so when I first tipped it, it came off a little weird to me. I know some people like it, but I looked it up, and this rum is actually more made for cocktail mixing. It's not meant for you to drink straight, I don't think. And if they're watching, I would ask them to let me know. So on a scale of 10, I would give it about 7.3, 7.4. And that's just my personal take. Rob, I know you had some. I don't know what you thought about it, but like I said, I'm more of a Caribbean rum type of guy.
Yeah.
This is American made.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a little different. So I'm being a little biased, I guess you could say. But Rob, I wonder what you thought about it.
I liked it. I mean, when it first hits my palate, like it's good. I mean, there's all sorts of different flavors in there. Molasses, a lot of vanilla. The only thing that I had a problem with it, I had two issues with it. Well, three actually. Number one, it's a little light for my taste. I like the dark flavored, spiced rums. If I drink, and I'm not a rum drinker, I drink bourbon, and scotch, but I'm more of a dark flavored, rich, full bodied, rum drinker. When I tip that bottle up, man, and I want to know I've got a mouthful of something good. And I'm pause. The pause is over there somewhere.
Oh, the cork is over there?
Cork, yeah, I'm sorry. The pause is over there. The cork is over there. I was pausing for me.
Oh yeah, I heard you when you said you
Yeah.
like something in your mouth.
Yeah, I had to pause that real quick. but all the homeboys and homegirls out there, y'all got me. So, but that's the first thing. So, it wasn't full body. I don't do light bodied rums. The second thing was that the back end finish on it was a little harsh on the back end when it's clearing your palate. And the third thing about it to me was that you can really, really, really taste the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
You can really get it.
So let me read the back of it real quick. Really quick. So Bespoke Rum is a truly unique amber rum reminiscent of 18th century rums. This expressive and distinctive spirit starts with grade A molasses, which Rob pointed out, you could taste the molasses.
Yeah.
And is then aged in both New American oak and used bourbon barrels. So that explains some of the taste that you may be getting from, because remember I had said something earlier about it kind of reminds me of like a whiskey type type thing. So that kind
which is good. That's not anything new. As a matter of fact, a lot of the older rums, they are aged in Scotch barrels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that it says right there on it, new oak, a lot of the older barrels with the older oak where they've had a whole bunch of different batches run through them that sit for 2 or 3 or 5 years. The older barrels are the ones that you want. Like for example, Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels actually sells their barrels after they get done. And what they do is they'll take and grind those barrels into wood chips, and then you soak them in water and throw them on your fire and smoke your brisket with them. You know what I mean? So there's money to be made that way. But I think these guys are on the right path. It's really good, especially if you want to mix that with some eggnog or something like. Man, this would be fantastic.
Yeah, I got some eggnog upstairs, so I'll probably do. Probably sometime this weekend or next week is probably try to see if it tastes better with the mix.
So I know what you're going to do. You're going to add that to your eggnog, drink it, love it, and then not share any of it with anybody else on the panel. Trent, me, Chris, nobody will never taste it as long as we live. You'll just sit there and as a matter of fact, you'll pour yourself a big glass of it right in front of everybody and say, "Man, this is delicious," and I made it with Bespoke rum, and we'll just be like, "Man, I wonder what that tastes like."
I don't believe he'll do that.
Anyway, we'll be right back after this quick 2-minute commercial break. Are you still searching for clothes in your closet? Looking for that summer outfit, maybe that fall outfit? Well, hit up my man at Shades of Faces. Shades of Faces has some of the tightest urban swag out there. You can hit him up on Instagram or Facebook, Shades of Faces, and tell my man that Comfortable Being Uncomfortable sent you. Yo, what's up, man? It's Doc Ronnie Mac. Yo, I just had to stop by to drop this nugget on you all. If you're looking for some comfortable activewear that you can wear to the gym, around the house when you're cleaning up, or when you're in the street running errands, you need to shop at Recovery Athletics. All you have to do is go to www.recoveryathletics.com to get both women's and men's fashionable and functional apparel. Even sweeter, yo, it will not break the bank. You know why? Because we're running a 35% off promotion. All you have to do is use code RA35 at checkout and you will get 35% off your entire order. Now come on, top brands can't even top that, yo. All right, so we back, and if y'all like I said, we all know the news that came out earlier today. I was kind of expecting the news come out a couple of days ago, where they called this election, but they called the election around 11 o'clock this morning.
The hell are you looking at me for?
Cause man, that shit is great. Yeah, but they called the election and. I don't know. I was expecting something else, but hey.
Let's have one thing to say.
Joe Biden has one thing to say to y'all. Hold on, we gotta put this up there.
You about to lose that
All right, so Joe Biden had that to say today. He told me to play that specifically for Rob. Whew, boy. He told me to play that specifically for Rob.
I'm weak.
Oh, man. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. Yeah, so the election results came in.
Lord help me.
And as you all know, that President-elect Joe Biden has been announced the winner. But the problem is, and Rob, you'll speak to this, is the voting, counting, and all this other absentee ballot stuff that came with it. And Rob, you made some interesting points, and I want you to tell the people exactly what you thought about or think about these votes coming in and everything like that. Oh boy, don't get cricks now. You had so much to say.
Yeah, he was on a roll before the show.
Listen, you can't win them all.
Okay, there you go.
You can't win them all.
All right.
And my disillusionment, and I've been working on this speech for a little while now. My disillusionment is not necessarily with each other. You guys have every right, as I do, to believe whatever you want to believe, just like I have every right to believe what I want to believe. My problem is with the institution, and my problem is with the parties. I think that Joe Biden won this election. I do not think it was fair and square, but I do think he won the election. I think that Donald Trump has legal recourse that is afforded to him by the process. I think that he's going to go ahead and exploit those recourses or options that he has, and he has every right to exercise them. And then at the end of the day, he's going to pack his shit and get out of the White House. And Joe Biden's going to move in.
I don't think he's going to lead that player.
Let me tell you something.
He ain't got no choice but to leave. But
Yeah, I think he ain't gonna go out without a fight.
Well, no. That's one thing we will not do is we will not advocate for any type of violence.
so I'm glad you said that, Rob.
I will say this, though.
Go ahead.
You fucking leaving. Donald, let me hold on. Zoom in. Get me right here. Donald Trump.
Oh, hold on. It's off. I got you. Go ahead.
Donald Trump, Republicans, conservatives, Proud Boys, KK, whoever it is that is backing up Donald Trump, and so on and so forth. Let me make myself explicitly clear, okay? You're getting the fuck out of the White House. This is a peaceful transfer of power. This is the way we've always done it. This is the way we're going to continue to do it. You lost the election, okay? Go count your ballots, explore your options, and I encourage that. But make no mistake about it, there are millions of veterans out here that will gun the fuck up, period, because we are loyal to the Constitution. We're not loyal to a person or a fucking party. Our loyalty, our oath does not have an expiration date, and this is what we do. So you can get it fucked up if you want to, but come January 20th, your ass out the White House. Let Joe Biden, let Ms. Harris do their thing. It's their 4 years. It's their turn. Whether we like it or not, it is what it is. I believe in the American process.
Well,
Rob,
I'm happy about that.
I give it to you. The reason I give it to you, Rob, is because it took a lot for you to come on this show and say that, because the last few months you've been telling us he will be your president for the next 4 years again.
Yes.
He will do this. You're gonna eat my dust when he wins, and and you owe me a single mother effing dollar. Where my money?
Me too.
Where my money?
Which I don't have right now because I'm broke. But I will pay you live on the air. I will pay you too, Crystal, live on the air. I promise. I ain't got it right now. I ain't got it like that. You know what I mean? I'm just a brother struggling right now. So, we in a recession, a pandemic. You know what I mean? It's hard out here for a pimp. So, so y'all gonna have to cut me some slack.
Especially hard for you right now after you got to deal with this. So Crystal. Crystal, so
as y'all drinking champagne.
Oh, we sure are. We said we gonna pop a bottle.
I'm getting over here getting my Shannon Sharp on.
For
you know
this
what
joyous
I mean?
occasion.
y'all gonna talk about me.
Hey, so Crystal, damn, I'm stuttering like mine. Crystal, what are you thinking about that? What do you think about what Rob said about? He said Joe Biden won the election. He don't think it's fair. How with the whole thing. What do you think about that? What do you got to say about
I
that?
think it's BS. I think it's straight up BS. I think that the votes are counted, and we're continuing to count the votes. If they want to stop the vote counting now, the military ballots would not even be counted in a lot of states, and that's BS. I mean, we've always had military vote by absentee ballots. How come their votes can't be counted? And if they would have stopped the vote anyway, Joe Biden would have still been the president.
Yeah, stop the count. That's what he was asking for.
So, I think that's all BS.
Listen, I mean, in my humble opinion, I think that we need to come out of 1951. With
1951
with the 1951 with the voting bullshit. Honest to God, this is the 21st century. You mean to tell me that we can create fucking Prism? We can create X key score, but you mean to tell me I can find out who you're talking to and who they're talking to and who they're talking to, but I can't seem to find a way to secure 150,000 or 150 million votes on one day.
Well, here's the thing, Rob, and I'm gonna say this because it's been said all week. Donald Trump set himself up for this. He told his constituents, he told his followers, do not use mail-in ballots. Yeah. He told his people to go to the polls, and that's what they do. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
the Democrats said, forget that. We're going to mail our ballots in. And that's why the Democrats were pushing the issue. Mail your ballots in, mailing them in early so they can get there on time. And they did that. Mm-hmm. So when you see the number start to decrease, it's because Pennsylvania, for example, they couldn't count the state legislature would not let them count their votes, them absentee ballots or the mail-in ballots, until the day of the election.
And
why
a lot
do you
of
think
that
is?
A lot of that was because Republicans wanted it that way. They went to the state legislators and made it so that a lot of those votes couldn't be counted till the day of the election.
So that's the reason why poll watchers from the Republican side were not allowed to watch them.
They were allowed.
They were allowed.
They were allowed.
No, yes, they were. No. Hey, Rob,
in Philadelphia at the convention center where they protested, they were not allowed.
Rob, they were allowed. They weren't allowed to be close as they wanted to. They were allowed to watch.
And it wasn't even the poll watchers that they were talking about. It was additional people that they wanted to come in. They already had poll watchers from both sides already in there. They wanted additional people to be in there.
It's funny because I've been listening to this for the last 4 days now, and I have not heard anything come out of the RNC's mouth about people who were not RNC poll watchers wanting to watch polls be counted.
Well, yes. But okay, hold on. Stop right there, Crystal, because just because you ain't heard it doesn't necessarily mean it's not true. And I'm gonna
no. I have right to question.
Okay, so just because you ain't heard it doesn't necessarily mean it's not true.
I have right to question.
You got right to question. Yeah. Just like we sitting here saying because we ain't heard what you're talking about what you were talking about the absentee ballots and stuff like that.
You were talking about the popular vote before the show.
Before the show, but stuff you talked about before the show. Just because we haven't heard it, it's not necessarily saying we're.
So have you ever heard? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I forgot my point now. You know how you not
just no. You're saying
you know how
so because you haven't heard it. You were saying that because I haven't heard it doesn't mean it's not true.
Right.
Okay.
Just because you haven't heard it, and I think that's the hard part is a lot of people say, that video of Eric Trump putting out there about somebody burning ballots, right? And they were actual sample ballots. That or was a fake video or something like that was being burnt when somebody was burning some ballots or something like that.
Yeah, that was a fake video. Also, the one with them filling out multiple sample ballots.
Well, what about the software glitch in Michigan?
So speak on that, Rob. So you had the information. So speak on it.
It's on CNN's website.
No, speak on it. Tell the people.
Well, there was a software glitch in Michigan where apparently in one county alone, 6,000 Republican votes were actually cast for the Democrat side. And there were also Democrats that actually voted for the Republican president that were also cast for the Democrat side. So when they found this software glitch in articles on CNN.com,
6,000 votes, right?
It was 6,000 in that one county in the state of Michigan. Apparently, the same software had been dispersed through 44 other counties.
Okay, so
but didn't they say that that error would have been corrected anyway? With the manual tallies, when they looked at statisticians looked at, okay, these people normally voted Republican and they were marked Democrat. Wouldn't that have been caught anyway?
Well,
it's a software issue. You're talking about a manual tally.
So here's the thing.
It wasn't manually tallied. It was a software.
But they do.
Here's the thing with the software thing, right? So the software thing is as Rob is reporting that. Certain news outlets have said that there was a small glitch in the software, and I believe now that you mention it, because now I remember hearing about it, those votes were actually pulled out and pushed to the side so they could revalidate those votes. Now the problem that I have with that comment or the basis of your argument on that is that if in fact this is a software that's been used across the nation, which it is. No other Secretary of State has come out and said that they had those issues. So this is a one-time thing. And granted, like you said, the president has everything in his right and his recourse to run these lawsuits and everything like that and challenge a lot of stuff. But at the same time, 2016 came, liberals were crying and yelling and saying, hey, this election was stolen from us. And conservatives said, hey, get over it. It was not stolen. You lost. And it's the same thing. It's the same cycle. Right? And remember, I talked to you about this show at the beginning of the show, and I said, why is it that we keep doing this? Right? Because in 2016, we said this, and now 2020, y'all are saying the same thing we said in 2016, in a sense. And we're saying the same thing that you said in 2016, in a sense. And now it's like, in 2024, it's going to be the same thing. If Donald Trump decides to run again, or if, what's her name from South Carolina?
Nikki Haley.
Yeah, Nikki Haley. If she decides to run,
I hope so.
If she decides to run and she wins, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same.
RNC, if you're listening to this podcast, put Nikki Haley on the ballot.
I really hope the RNC is not listening to this podcast. No, I'm just playing.
I hope they are.
But no, but real talk. It's the same cycle.
Send us a check.
It's the same cycle.
Well, I agree, and you know, I think what you're doing is, and before earlier when you started out your argument, you said. Or when you started out your comment, you said the basis of my argument. I don't have an argument, Ron. I'm not arguing right now.
No, I mean, yeah.
I'm commenting on what it is that Crystal said.
Yeah.
But in all reality, I just sat here and gave a 3-minute speech talking about how Donald Trump is going to vacate the White House. Does that sound like somebody that is trying to dispute or contest anything?
No. But I think what the primary thing that you did say. And when
that I have a problem with the system.
Well, no, you said that you believe Joe Biden won, but you don't think it was fair.
And I think that there was. Yeah, I think that there was maybe one-off instances, or I don't think that there was any type of gigantic conspiracy theory to try to defraud Donald Trump of the vote. I don't believe.
But why is it that other conservatives can't understand that? You got people in Maricopa County right now, outside the window of the voting center, yelling, count the vote, and then you got people in Philadelphia saying stop the count or stop the count, and it's mind-boggling to me how you could want one state to have all absentee and mail-in ballots count, but in another state you don't want them to.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
That's mind-blowing to me too.
It's the nature of the argument. To be honest with you,
But what is the argument?
The nature of the argument is that I want my candidate to win. That's really what it is. The nature of your argument is you want your candidate to win.
Yeah.
So we're willing to pretty much overlook, ignore, turn the blind eye, turn the other cheek to pretty much anything that's going to allow us to achieve our objective, which is put our candidate in the Oval Office. And that I have a problem with. That's where I have my problem. I don't necessarily have a problem with Joe Biden. I don't have a problem with Donald Trump. My problem is with the fucking system. The system is broken.
Yeah.
We need to update the system. And the only way that we can come out from underneath of the 10th Amendment is to pass a constitutional amendment that supersedes states' rights and then takes away their ability to control voting.
But that's mind-boggling that you as a Republican would want the federal government to control the
we want small government, right?
Well, yeah, I do want small government, but I also believe that
government.
What do you mean it's not small government?
Because you said you wanted the federal government to oversee this.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that the federal government doesn't have its uses. I just believe that the federal government should stay out of certain things that it has no business in.
So do you think the Supreme Court should interfere or intervene?
No, this is not a Supreme Court issue.
Boy, you won me over.
But then, okay, but then if you have the federal government controlling the election, the Supreme Court has to get involved because they
then it falls underneath their purview.
They're the checks and balances for the executive office.
Yeah, but as of right now, the only way that the Supreme Court can even get involved is if it comes out as a state superior court and goes to the Supreme Court. Yeah. That's the only way it can end up in front of the court. That's the only way it can have any type of standing. I think
that's what their strategy is.
But see, what I'm saying is that we need to supersede the state. We need to get rid of the state altogether and put it underneath the federal purview. And the only way we could do that is by passing a constitutional amendment, which takes it away from the 10th Amendment, which gives the states the rights to control the way that the people vote in their state, and put it underneath of an amendment in the Constitution that now the federal government controls the way that people vote across the states.
But then you're going into taking away from what we have as a democracy to almost a dictatorship, because then each sitting president could make up whatever in the Constitution that says, hey, we think elections should be governed this way in order for them to get elected and reelected, which I think is why in the first place it's not in the power of the executive office to control how elections are run. I do agree with you, however, that I think there's a better way voting can be done. Well, I think now with blockchain technology, we have ways where we can have voting be more secure. But
okay, so if you have a driver's license in what state?
In Maryland.
Jeez.
Lord help us. Man. Yo, Carl, come and get your man. Come and get your man. So you have a driver's license in the state of Maryland, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if let's say for example tomorrow you move to Pittsburgh, okay, and you need to get a driver's license in the state of Pennsylvania. When you go to the DMV, or what they call them PennDOT in Pennsylvania, to get a driver's license, you're going to surrender your Maryland driver's license, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to, in turn, seek to get what?
A voter registration.
No, a Pennsylvania driver's license.
Yes.
So you get your Pennsylvania driver's license, right? Are they going to make you take the test again?
It depends on the state.
No, they're not going to make you take the test again.
It depends on the state.
Well, some states do. Some states make it take a whole test again, depending on.
I've never come across a state that.
Depending on how many points you have on your license.
Oh well, let's say you have a clean driving record. Okay, so let's Mr. Criminal over here. Look at he's got the damn NWA hat on and shit, like he's getting ready to stick up a bank after the show's over.
You are about to lose your job.
Oh my God.
I got to dance to that again.
No, what I'm saying is this. When you move from Maryland to Pennsylvania, or from here to Bismarck, or from Bismarck to San Diego, when you walk into a polling place, all the information and all the processes need to be the same. It needs to be regulated by the federal government, and all that information needs to be collected in one day and tallied up and certified. And that's what I believe. I think that there are ways, especially and you just mentioned blockchain a minute ago. Yeah. If we can encrypt from end to end digital online currency and send it around the world in less than 20 minutes. You mean to tell me if American Idol can tally 150 million votes in less than 30 seconds in between commercial breaks, why is counting votes so goddamn hard?
Well, I agree with you on that aspect. I agree with you on that aspect.
So.
But as far as we're getting into a sticky situation, if we're allowing the...
Since when do you give a shit about big government and little government, liberal?
I've always... Look, don't go there with me.
Now all of a sudden y'all give a shit about the Constitution.
What I give a
You've
shit
been trying
about-
to destroy it for the last 60 years.
Oh,
now
here
all of
we
a sudden
go.
you give a shit.
What I give a shit about is that the
Exactly.
president of the United States can't be a dictator and can't determine the rules for the election to
Wait
get
a
them
second.
reelected.
What makes you think that by passing a constitutional amendment, it gives control of the voting process to the president?
If they have
doesn't.
If they have veto powers for Congress,
They don't.
They do have veto powers
They
for
don't.
Congress. What?
Congress doesn't have veto power.
I said the president.
The president has the right to veto or...
She did say the president.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that because I'm too busy listening to the ooh. Shut this mother. For real.
She did say the president.
What I'm saying is that because there's a constitutional amendment that gives voting the purview of the federal government doesn't mean that the president is the overseer of it.
Well, in a lot of ways, we've seen Trump be the overseer of a lot of shit.
Trump's not
And
in office. Trump's not going to be in office in a
it's
couple
not
years.
just-
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the last 4 years.
Shut up, Ron.
And not only him, but Mitch McConnell. If you have a Mitch McConnell,
Stop. They
head of
have
the
nothing to do
Senate.
with what I'm talking about.
they have everything.
They
to
have
do with
nothing
what
to
you're
do with what I'm
about.
talking about.
They are Mitch McConnell.
If we were having this conversation 10 years ago, would they have anything to do with what we're talking about? No. If
It
we
would-
have this
it would
conversation
be-
10
it would
years in the
be-
future, would it have anything to do with what we're talking about?
It would
No.
be the same situation depending on the players in the Senate and the House.
How?
Because
I tell you what. Look, we got to keep it moving, y'all. This is going to be something that we're going to keep going into.
I would
y'all,
love to hear it.
Anybody that's new watching, y'all know we got an overtime segment immediately following the show, so make sure you tune in after that. But look, man, we gotta run into our wow of the week.
It's the Wow of the Week with Rob.
What is that? What was that move, bro?
That was the half robot. It wasn't the whole robot.
Yeah, don't ever
You
do
know what
that.
I'm saying? It wasn't the whole robot. It was only half of the robot. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, don't ever pull that move out again in life.
Nah.
Get with the times, bro.
I
It's
need
2020.
I need something to make me smile sitting at the table right now. Maybe I'm gonna act like somebody we on.
Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham got reelected.
I'm gonna act like Don Lemon. Don Lemon that leads the Lemmings on CNN. I can be a father now. I can be.
That was Van Jones, man. I will play that in the overtime segment.
Yeah.
What we got for the wow?
For the wow of the week, we've got Adrian Bronner.
Yeah.
That I got his name right.
Yeah.
I always jack his name up.
Is it
'Cause I
Bronner
keep
or Bronner?
I think it's Bronner because Adrian Brony is an actor,
Oh, okay.
a white guy, and so he's in court in Michigan, in Ohio, Cayuga County. He go ahead and play the video.
I'm answering the questions. When I answer the question, that's all I did have on me. I don't have them. I got rich friends. I do. I got rich friends. I got wealthy friends that take care of me.
Where's all the money coming from that you're flashing around on Instagram? Whose money is that?
So Your Honor,
I asked him.
It's getting sent to me. I don't
By
have
who? Who's sending you money?
my friends. I have money. I get sent money and I spend it. I gotta spend it on bills.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm not changing my mind.
Oh, all right. I
So you're
understand.
gonna have to work this out with your lawyer.
we will get those answers now.
Right, as soon as you get them answered, I'll release you from county jail.
So
And
if-
not a minute until, because you have ignored basically every order I have given you.
But-
And now there is a punishment. I've given you extensions, I've given you time. I trust you're gonna get this done well before your January fight.
So apparently, the former lightweight champion owes I believe it was a promoter. He owes somebody like $785,000. The court ordered him to pay it, and he refused to. So he was on Instagram. I'm telling you, every single time Instagram is Facebook will get you caught up.
Yeah, knackers.
Yep,
Knackers.
knackers, man. And they he's up there doing what these dudes do now with holding stacks of money up to their ear and all this other stuff. And so apparently the judges and the courts found out about all this, and they drug him back in court, and they put him in contempt of court and locked his little ass up until he pays these fees. And so that's what you just saw. I mean, he gets the wow of the week for just being completely just dumb. I mean, what was his name? King Von just got murdered last night in Atlanta.
Yeah,
as a
saw
rapper.
that.
And you turn around and you take a look at Pop Smoke, who I've never heard of. I mean, I never heard any of his music, but I heard he was.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to his music or anything, but I heard that he had been on Instagram holding up stacks of money at a house party, and some cats ran up in his house and killed him.
Well, that goes for a lot of the celebrities. I think that everybody should be wary about flashing their wealth and whatever else on social media nowadays.
You have to be careful when you do things like that, because there are people that are in your circle that don't like you.
Yeah.
There are people in your circle that would, if they see an opportunity to try to get something from you, they're going to take it. You know what I mean? And there's some people outside your circle. Some folks are wary about the people they keep close to them, but I mean, this dude right here, just being on Instagram and holding up stacks of money and being surrounded, like, it's just like, do you think that Mayweather would be able to be on Instagram and on Facebook holding up the money like he does?
Well, remember, Mayweather was in a tax battle, right? He was in a big time tax battle for years. I think he's still dealing with that tax battle.
Mm-hmm.
He might be.
And he was, he's always posting videos of him with all this money.
Yeah.
And it's coming back on him.
Yeah.
It has come back on him where they've said, hey, you got all these videos of you with a whole bunch of money, so you got the money.
Well, 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy not for the same reason, but 50 Cent had to file. Well, he filed for bankruptcy, but he had a Lamborghini with a trunk full of cash.
So 50, apparently 50's his deal was a smart business move in a sense.
Well, yeah,
file bankruptcy.
So it's smart when he does it, but it's not smart when Trump does it.
No. Oh wait. Okay. I gave you that one. So that was a good one.
Well, Trump purposely.
I'm
Trump
lost for words.
purposely.
I'm
not lost for words.
Yeah,
I'm not lost for words because Trump purposely bankrupts his business so that he can.
How's that any different than what 50 does?
He can purposely write off his taxes.
How's that any different than what 50 did?
I don't know. Hey, look, y'all. So look. All right, we gotta close this joint out. So sorry, but there's no confession letter. Nobody wrote us this week.
Yeah, what's up with that, y'all?
I wonder what it is. I think what it was is that the election, and people were like, "Hey, man, I ain't got time to be putting my business out there, so we just gonna keep it rolling."
Talking about crusty dicks and shit. Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, that was last week.
Last week.
We should have just reread this.
Musty balls. Yo, she was straight vulgar with it too.
That's
my kind of lady, man. She got straight to it.
We expect people to be upfront and honest in their confession letters.
Yeah.
All right. So look, y'all. So Crystal, how can they reach you if? Well, I don't want no creeps to hit you up. Even though you're a baby cougar, but if they need to hit you up,
it's okay. I can deal with the creeps. Miss Chris 757, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Okay.
Just know that you will be dealt with if you are a creep.
Hit that block.
She's got enforcers. they the full size pup. The full. Never mind. Let me shut up.
The what?
I was gonna say something. I ain't gonna say shit. What's my name?
I don't know. You might want to change this shit after this week, but
the
donkey faces.
Donkey faces. You can reach me at horse faces. You can reach me on wherever I'm out there. So.
All right. Well, then
just keep tuning in here.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, keep tuning in
and share, and share this joint.
Yeah, like and share this joint. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook at comfortable2uncomfortable.talk. You can also catch our Instagram at comfortable2uncomfortable.talk.
Huh?
Hey, make sure y'all catch our YouTube channel. Make sure you go and hit the subscribe button. All you have to do is search Comfortable Being Uncomfortable, the podcast. One single word. All right.
Actually, they can find it without it being one word.
I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to do that.
I did it.
He had a momentary brain lapse because he was thinking about the Oregon Trail. Getting out to Oregon.
You can reach me on Instagram at darkrj.5. You can reach me on Twitter at rjspeaks.
Dark?
Boy, shut the hell up. RJ Speaks 100. Big shout out to me and Rob's sorority sisters and of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and our fraternity brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Make sure you tune right in. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. All right. Peace, love, and happiness. Treat each other humane.